Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, spelled A-N-N-A, and I'm your manifestational coach. All the information from me is below. I mainly coach in audios and emails. Recently, I have also included telephone calls in my packages. So you have a 2-week unlimited package, which means we exchange audios and emails on an ongoing basis, and you have 2 phone calls in that package. There is a monthly unlimited where you have 5 phone calls included in addition to audio exchange. And then there is a deluxe package, a complete monthly unlimited, where you have unlimited telephone calls with me. We do need to schedule them. And you also have the audio and the email exchange in addition to text messages. So full access to me. We do need to schedule the telephone calls, however. Okay. In addition, I need to mention that the telephone calls that we will have will be recorded with your permission, obviously, and of course. This is for me to keep my notes. I take extensive notes from your audios, and so while I'm on the phone with you, I do still take notes. However, I need to re-listen to the conversation so that I can take additional notes. It's very important for my work to map out the entire picture of your life story. We go through everything: beliefs, your formative years, your childhood, mom and dad, guardian, what have you, everything that formed who you are today. The belief system is the most important conversation I have in my coaching. When people come to me and they say, you know what, can you just teach me how to manifest? That's the last part that we cover in my coaching. I need to understand who you are, who is the manifester at hand here, and why you have produced the results that you have thus far. That is the bulk of my work. So other coaches, I've watched on the internet, they don't cover this, not even close to how much I cover this, and not to judge or compare, but this is how I do things. I am very thorough. I am very methodical. I know exactly what I'm doing. I've done this for years. It works every time if you do your part, if you show up prepared and contribute to the coaching. Right now, if you want to sign up for my coaching, there is a wait. There is a couple of weeks of wait. You need to pre-book. I prefer you use my Cash App or my website. There's also a PayPal link, and there's also a Venmo link. Other than that, I can also send you a link directly to my bank account, and then you can pay it that way. If you're in a certain country, well, none of these options apply, or you, for some reason, cannot use my website, okay? Once you pre-book, please shoot me an email and let me know what you want to work on, what are your concerns, and then I can put you next in line once somebody leaves my coaching. This is how it works, okay? In addition to this, I do offer telephone sessions and Zoom session, but those are currently booked out for a month in advance. So you can get on the phone with me. We just need to schedule it. So again, email me. My email is below, magicandmiracles7 @gmail. If you want a telephone session, we just need to schedule because I have an extremely busy schedule. You just need to, let me know when is good for you, and I can check my schedule and let you know what is good for me. Okay, the other thing I just added to my website is a private seminar for up to 10 people. Okay, so this I've done in person already with different groups of people, and I wanted to make it available on YouTube now. So this can work in person if you're in New York. So we're going to start local for now. Some people have flown me out, across country already, and I've done this in person, one-on-one. But to make it available for YouTube, this can be online. We can do this via Zoom, or it can be in person if you're in New York. Okay, we're going to start it this way. And this is up to 4 hours of my time. Um, Basically, it's like around $1,000 each for a person. It's $10,950 for 4 hours of my time. We get to cover anything you want. Now, this is a group of friends or whoever wants to, accumulate 10 people of it could be co-workers, could be whoever, but it's you need to come up with 10 people and let me know what time we can discuss these kinds of details. Like I said, I've done groups of up to 30 people already in person. But these were, again, like a company, co-workers, or a group of people that knew each other and wanted to hire me. So I'm just making it available, putting it out there. Again, this could be online via Zoom or could be in person if you're in New York. And if you're not in New York, we can also discuss this, but my preference is if it's, where I live right now, okay? Again, if you have any questions about anything that I just said, you can email me and we can discuss, of course. All right, today's subject is money is the color of confidence. So I don't really discuss money that much on my channel, but for whatever reason, I felt really inspired and I want to discuss it because a lot of people in my coaching and a lot of emails that I get bring up money, abundance in general. So money is a form of abundance, of course. You need money to pay your bills, to create a lavish lifestyle if that's what you will, or whatever it is that you want to do with it, okay? A lot of beliefs come with money that you have picked up from your parents, again, from your guardians, friends, people you interacted with, this and that. Everybody has a very unique story. The thing is, though, right? Money is very, very impartial. It's not a person. It's an energy. And that energy is made of love. And my favorite example always in my coaching in particular is telling people, how do you reconcile where a person works a few hours a week, let's just say, and I know people like that, and makes more money a year than a person who has worked, like 50, 60 hours a week continuously year after year. How do you reconcile that? Well, it's energy. It's the kind of energies, the kind of belief systems that are in place, which, again, I cover in my coaching extensively. How do you reconcile where one person is not that talented, quote unquote, but has a lot of passion, and has a lot of certitude, confidence, quote unquote. The confidence is very contagious, but confidence comes because you really love something. You have a lot of passion for it. And another person may not have that passion, but is supremely talented and smart and intelligent. And you say to yourself, how does this make sense? This person deserves to have this money, but does not. Well, it's energy. It's all about the energy you transmit to the subject. Money is just another subject in your life. A really important one, nevertheless, it's just a subject. It's an area in your life which you can fuel a lot of passion and love to, or not, or have a lot of resentment around it, fear around it. You may be fearful of paying your bills because you don't think you'll have enough, this and that. And I want to say to you, when you start understanding that money is like a really hot mistress who really needs your love and passion, okay? I already know, I'm hearing the voices. I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for this comparison, but this is how you treat money. Money loves passion. Money loves attention. Money loves passion. Okay? Real passion, like you're really in love with the fact that you have the money and you love paying bills and you go and spend it with joy and pride and look at me, I have this money and I paid this money for this bill. Okay? Again, it's like a hot mistress that needs attention and passion. If you want to become a millionaire and a billionaire, or have abundance in your life, you really have to be passionate about it. You cannot be lukewarm about it. You cannot be fearful. You cannot introduce fear. No, no, no. And this is why I offer coaching, because usually you've picked up those fear-based beliefs from somebody who didn't know any better, and you need to forgive that person. Other people's story doesn't have to be your story. You've observed other people, like most people say, they come in my coaching or they email me and you say, well, how, look at the world, people are suffering, this and that. Okay, but it doesn't have to be your story. How do you be the solution, not the problem? How do you contribute to the world by becoming part of the problem? By joining the problem? Is that your solution? No, that's not the solution. Be the solution, not the problem. Other people like your parents or whoever could tell you till the end of time that you need to save money for the rainy day and be careful and don't waste money and all these like obsolete situations. And in one ear it goes and out the other. And you say, no, this doesn't have to be my story. No, thank you. You don't have to accept other people's beliefs. It's only if you accept them, they become yours. And all of a sudden, right now, you can just say, excuse me, you know what? I've harbored this belief for so long, and how did it serve me? I've become like you. And now I don't want to. I want to unbecome like you. I want to become somebody who is of a higher consciousness, who understands that energy is all there is, that money is energy, and money is love. When you offer value, when you contribute to the society, for the lack of better expression, when you provide value to the world, when you're really passionate about what you do, when you really love what you do, money follows. It's inevitable. You can't get rid of money. When you offer value to the world, when you give people what they want, okay, to be really simplistic, when you are really good at something and you go and provide that value to the world, and you give people the best care that they could possibly receive, money follows. It's impossible to fuck this up, all right? This is the formula of life. When you don't love what you do and you just got into some kind of fucking profession that somebody told you that, oh, you know what, if you do this, you'll make a lot of money. And I'm sure you've heard this from your parents or from friends and this and that and the other. That's utter and complete bullshit. That is not how it works. You can be somebody who is really passionate about producing straws, okay, like for a drink or something. And you could be like one of those people who is like obsessed with straws and making different colors and this kind of straw and that kind of straw. And you can be a multimillionaire. All right? But if you're not passionate about what you do and you think that you're going to go and make a lot of money because somebody else did, no, that's a recipe for disaster. Don't take the cue from another person. Take the cue from you. The number one question that you really have to ask yourself, what is it I'm passionate about? Like really, truly, if money was no object, if you were like travel to the parallel reality in which you're already very wealthy, money is no object, not even a little bit. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want, what would you be doing? And that's your answer. That's what you should be doing in your life. If money was no object, what would you be doing? That's what you should be doing. And stop explaining to yourself. Stop explaining it to others, certainly. Stop trying to reason about it. You belong doing that something that you're really passionate about. Because right now, you might not see how it's going to work out or how and what money, how is it going to work and how much should you charge for your services or your art or whatever it is that you're doing or your situation, your business. But the passion that you carry in your heart will transform your world in such a way where it will be inevitable for you to make that money. Don't get to in any business other than for the love of it. If you're getting into any business just because you think you're going to make a ton of cash, fucking forget it. It's going to be a failure. It's going to be a disaster. Don't forget I told you so. Now, again, I continue to say other people's story doesn't have to be your story. So even though the whole world can come to you and say, hey, you know what, you shouldn't be doing this. This is going to fail, la, la, la. I've had these conversations with even people who used to be my friends. When I quit modeling and I started my fashion company, you know how many people came to me and said, this is going to fail. Don't do this. This is going to be too much of an investment. You don't know what you're getting into, la, 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 la. In one ear, it went and out the other because I was passionate about it. And you know what? Sure, it took work. I'm not saying it's gonna be like completely, no work or whatever. But the work that I did on my company and all the other companies that I have was passion, was ridiculous fucking passion and commitment. I didn't care if the whole world came to me and said, you know what? This is never gonna work. This is never gonna work. Well, you know what? It worked. It worked splendidly. Of course, there were reincarnations, one after the other. There was tremendous amount of work. Lots of things had to come together, but they did. They fucking did. And I have the best team. I work with the best people. And I produced value to the world exactly the way that I wanted to do it. And it fucking worked. Stop paying attention to what everybody else's story is. Again, your story doesn't have to be their story, not even a little bit. Another thing is that make the new you who's going to make a lot of money normal. Make it fucking normal. You don't have to settle. You don't. You can ask for whatever money you want to ask for. And, I can say things like, because you deserve it, but there's a certain defensiveness in that. You can make any amount of money that you want. Just because you ask for it. It doesn't have to make sense. Doesn't have to make sense at all. All you have to do is come up with a number. How much sense does it make in manifesting when you're manifesting $1 million versus $10,000? It's the same thing. Who is depriving you of that decision? Nobody. Just you. Just you. You can sell something, you can attract $1 million just as you can attract $10,000. But money loves numbers. So the only person who is there sitting on a decision is you. What are you going to attract? $10,000 or $1 million? Or $10 million or $100 million? Right? So it doesn't have to make sense at all. It's just digits, you see. Like I said in the beginning of this audio, money is impartial. But it is very partial when you start cultivating it and you draw it in with passion and love. The numbers are impartial, but the consistency of it and you drawing it in on a consistent basis and in the way, in the speed that you will draw it in has to do with passion. So become a passionate person. The confidence with which you ask for $1 million or $10,000 or whatever it is what draws it in. Who's to say what anybody's worth? You're worth as much as your confidence is worth. That's it. In manifesting money or SP or anything at all. It's the confidence, you see. Now, I can ask whatever I want from my coaching, and believe me, for instance, other people pay me quadruple the amount that I charge for my YouTube clients. But I know that I would like to offer my help to as many people as I would like to, as I can, rather. But who's to say what I get to charge? It's only my choice. It's my choice entirely. At the same time, you also have to keep in mind that you have to give back to the universe. You have to give back. It always returns. Oh my God, does it always return? So whenever, you you spend some money, keep in mind the universe will give you back quadruple and quintuple all the time. Every single time, whenever you offer something for free or at a discounted rate, or you give something away, the universe always brings it back. Now, don't do it just so that you get something. Understand, you have to always give with love. You have to always offer, guidance, advice, whatever it is that you can give, or a discount, or this, that, and the other. Of being of service to the universe, to the community, to the society, is a form of giving, is a form of generosity, but you have to do it with love. I would not be doing this work if I didn't do it with love. I love and adore all of my clients. Some of them, more than others. I'm just kidding. No, I love all of them equally. I was joking, of course. But I'm really invested in the betterment of every single client that comes my way. And, again, I'm a very tough coach, very kind of like unorthodox in my ways, in terms of pushing people to be their best. But the reason I do it is out of love. And so, again, the love comes in very profoundly here. And so, again, money loves passion. Money loves numbers. You cannot be wishy-washy. You can't just be like, I want to be wealthy. Okay, what does that really mean? What does wealth represent to you? Again, is it $1 million? Is it $10,000? Is it $100 million? Is it a $1 billion situation? What does it really mean to you? You have to identify it and then break it down in steps for yourself to start achieving that wealth. You need to bring value, and you need to make it an exchange of energy, of love. And this is the point that I wrote down initially as I was thinking about this subject. And it came to me the other day. And again, I know I'm going to get some slack for saying this, but being selfish produces money. And let me just, everybody calm down, don't start sweating. I'm going to explain. First of all, being selfish. Let's break the word down. Selfish. Full of self. Selfish is a word that has a very negative connotation. But it isn't. It is not. You have nothing to offer to the world until you're full of self. Now, that doesn't mean you're an asshole. It doesn't mean that you treat people poorly. Okay, doesn't mean that you don't give back. And again, don't treat people kindly, but you have to be full of yourself in order to give. It's like in the Bible, the cup runneth over. And so when you are directing the attention towards yourself and investing in yourself, in what it is you want to do, in how you appear in the world and what it is that you're producing for the world, you are selfish in the best sense of the word. And thus, you become a magnet. You direct the attention, the energies towards you, so that you can attract everything that you want and then distribute it or invest it or give back and this and that. Spend it, whatever it is that makes you happy. Selfish is a good thing to be, my darlings, because it means you are acknowledging the creator, the self. If you're being like this, if you're under the spell of this dogma of I'm going to be modest, I don't want too much, I'm just going to be over here doing my little thing. Fuck that shit. Seriously though, I'm not here talking to that kind of person. I'm here to push people to be their absolute best selves, becoming millionaires and billionaires. And if it's not your goal, I'm sorry, you have a problem. Because I don't believe for 1 second that you don't want that kind of wealth in your life. You inherited a certain situation, a certain belief system. It's time to get rid of it. It's time to dream bigger. Think about the kinds of lives you can change. Think about how you can give back again to the society, to the people. And most importantly, how you can show others how it's done, how you manifested that lifestyle. Playing it small is not exciting. It's not exciting at all. It serves no purpose. It leaves no mark in the universe, in the world. Playing it small is not the kind of game you want to play if you want to really contribute. And so again, you have to override reality that you currently reside in, your beliefs. You need to work on those in my coaching, parenthesis here. And make the new you with a lot of money and a lot of potential and a lot of everything, all the abundance that you seek, the new normal. Because in the parallel reality, that is the normal. That is already present and has always been present. It's waiting for you. If you desire something, understand, the moment you desire something, it's because you're already living it in the parallel reality. Whether that's SP, money, job, la, 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 la. Okay? And so if right now you're presented with some kind of a dilemma and you say, I need this amount of money, or I want this to happen with this deal, or this situation with my company, or la 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 la, something to do with money. Okay, the problem only exists in your mind. You understand this, right? There is no problem. The problem only exists in your mind. First of all, because you create it all. It's all on a quantum level. It's all in your mind. And so if the problem exists right now with money in your life, you created it. And you continue creating it. Once you stop creating it and now you acknowledge the new you who has a lot of money, makes it effortlessly. Yes, of course, there's some work to be done, meaning, you get up and you go to work. Nevertheless, it's joyous, it's passionate, it's adventurous, it's thrilling, it's exciting, right? Yeah, of course, people work. But what kind of work, right? Are you working smart or are you working stupid? Are you working in the work that you want to do? Or are you working somewhere where you think you might make some money and really you're not making any money because you don't give a shit about that job? You need to set a goal. You need to get passionate about that goal. And you need to decide what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Meaning, if you need to change careers or you need to create a company or you need to blah, 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 a change needs to happen. And I know I'm talking to intelligent people here, so I'm pretty sure you already know what that thing is. And then when you set the goal, you need to imagine it. What would that be like? To have this money, to have this company, to have this career, what would you be doing every single day? What kinds of money circulates in your life? Imagine it with senses. Your bank account. Where are you going? What kinds of shopping sprees, lunches, restaurants, la la la, trips, private jets, whatever, houses, homes, cars, la 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 la. Imagine it all. Imagine it. And no, it's not just your fucking imagination. It's real. It's fucking real. If you let it be real, that is, doesn't have to make sense. Like I said, doesn't have to make sense. Nothing makes sense. It's only a delusion. So choose your delusion wisely. All of this is a delusion. Look around you. Everything you perceive is a delusion. You're hallucinating this entire universe. Your entire life is a hallucination, a projection of your mind. So you might as well start hallucinating something else. True story. Now I can get into the quantum physics of it, but it's going to be a little bit long and perhaps not very productive for this audio in time. The kind of energy you attribute to money is everything. Every time you go spend it, every time you see somebody win the lottery or get a promotion or la 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 la, you really have to be excited for them. You really have to be like, fucking great job, dude. That's amazing. Or not dude, lady. That's amazing. You should be happy. You like, look at this. This is fucking fantabulous. The kind of energy that you have when you pay bills, the kind of energy that when you find money in the street. I've certainly found money in the street plenty. As much as like $1,000 in this. I was like, well, this is mine now. that was really funny. But you know, it kind of like it's fun like that. The universe is miraculous. The kind of energy when you think about money is everything. And so you really need to start thinking about, what do you think about when I tell you money, a lot of money? What do you think? What kind of shit does that bring up in you? Because it's going to bring up some shitty beliefs. I know that. Most people, again, inherit those from people who didn't know any better. And so you have to really do the work on those. I'm going to close with this. If you really invest in yourself and make yourself the priority in your world, lots of things will start changing in unimaginable ways. Okay? And this goes for everything, not just money, but your SP, your company, your relation, everything. You get to be the decider. You get to be this, not this, this. I need to be able to make decisions if I want my reality custom made for myself. Okay, so if I'm making myself the priority, the whole world makes me a priority, and then everything goes according to my plan. This is what I teach on my channel, and it's not that I believe it, I know it. That's how it works in my life. That's how it works in my clients' lives. This is what the magic is all about. When you start letting other people decide your shit, you're in fucking trouble. Whether that's what they think about you or the kind of money you deserve to have, fuck that shit. You decide what you need. You decide what you want, okay? So when you make yourself the center of your universe, which you already are, you've always been, you just didn't realize it, everything goes according to plan. And so the kind of money that you make or don't make or decide to make now is up to you. Nobody gets to decide that other than you. It doesn't have to make sense. All you have to do is make friends with you and decide once and for all that, yes, I can do whatever I want. And if I want to charge this amount of money for this thing, or create my company and do this, or go over there and make this amount of money, or attract this money, or this and that and the other, I can do it. And I don't need anybody's fucking permission. I don't. And never needed, by the way. You can come up with a million ideas in which you can create abundance for the rest of your life. And the only reason that you haven't done that is because you have been under the spell of your stupid beliefs that told you, oh no, this is the only way to do it. Who said who? Huh. Okay, we know who said it. Maybe your parents, this and that and the other, friends, la la la. Stop listening to other people. Start going into yourself, center yourself, meditate. Realize you have an abundance of these ideas. You have an abundance of this energy that's going to guide you there. As long as you stop listening to other people and just direct the attention to yourself, what it is you want, what it is you want to create in this world, you will become like, I'm lost for words. You will become a superhuman, a super powerful manifester of money beyond belief. You will be like, I can't get rid of it. It's impossible. It's like flooding me right now. Not that you would want to get rid of it, but it's just like it's flooding me. It's an ocean. I'm in an ocean of money. And others will look on you and say, yeah, what are you doing? How can I get into that ocean? Well, you just have to listen to yourself, provide value, be precise, and follow your passion. Just follow your intuition and your passion and be precise about it, and abandon once and for all that bullshit that you learned before. Money is like the air you breathe. It's like oxygen. So if somebody says that oxygen has to be distributed like by portions, this person is a lunatic, okay? So in essence, start examining your beliefs and understand that you've been believing something that is a complete lie. It's not true. And what can be true for you now is in your hands. So start writing stuff down and start examining your beliefs. And if you need my coaching, all the information is below. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.